This is Seth Wilson for ACUsports.com, here with Nettina, who's been writing some great feature stories for us on ACUsports.com, and we'll be doing kind of a football preview as we look ahead to the Southland Conference schedule. And this one, of course, is for Houston Baptist coming in on Saturday. But first, Adam, I want to talk to you about the feature story that was put up on our website yesterday about Hanner Shipley, a transfer in here. Kind of tell us about what he brings to the ACU program.
Yeah, Hanner Shipley, a guy, a lot of size, 6'5", close to 300 pounds, was actually the 43rd ranked tight end by Rivals.com, coming out of high school last year, signed with LSU, was in there for the spring, a guy who they were going to, could have actually started for LSU or definitely seen some playing time for LSU this season, but things just weren't working out for him in Baton Rouge. Really felt disconnected from his Christian faith, a lot of things going on there that weren't striking him the right way. So he wanted to transfer, was actually born in Abilene, came back to ACU. He's in here, came in August. He's been fighting through some illness issues, but finally out practicing again. He's a guy who, now moving to the left tackle position, brings a lot from a football perspective. Great size, got to have to learn the new position, but I'm really excited about him, both as a football player and a young man, a guy this program is going to be happy to have for 4 years.
And now let's look ahead to this Saturday night. Houston Baptist coming into Shotwell Stadium to face the Wildcats. Maybe a person on offense that you're looking at to have a big impact Saturday night.
I definitely think DeAndre Brown only had 9 carries against Fresno State. Some of that had to do with trying to come back against Fresno State, but DeAndre Brown, if they can get him going, they're gonna find a lot of other ways to get the offense involved. So he needs to be more involved in the game plan, especially early on. Only 5 carries on the first, 5 of his carries came on the first 2 drives last week. So they need to show better commitment to the running game.
And last year in Houston, we saw Herschel Sims run for over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. So something that can be done if you get the running game emphasized. Now let's look at the defensive side of the ball, maybe a person or a position group that you're looking at that will have a key impact on Saturday night.
Yeah, I definitely, looking at Houston Baptist, they struggled a bit the past couple weeks, last week, with turnovers and with sacks. And so I'm looking at Josh Bloom right there on the nose in that 3-4 scheme. A guy who may not have a ton of stats. He did, of course, have a big tackle for a loss against Fresno State, but he can really create some havoc and take up 2 guys in the middle there, free up a blitzer on the outside, and that's going to allow the Wildcats to get some pressure and to possibly force some of those turnovers, to get some of those sacks. So he might not show up big in the stat column, but if he has a good game, other guys are going to show up in the stat column, and that should do wonders for the Wildcat defense.
Right, and I agree with you on that. Just looking at the whole defensive line, you cause chaos up there up front. You've got a linebacking core that will more than likely be without senior linebacker Travis Tarver and then a young secondary as well. So the more chaos you can cause up front there should help the guys out in the back. And once again, that game is Saturday night at 6 p.m. at Shotwell Stadium. ACU takes on the Houston Baptist Huskies in the Southland Conference opener for both teams. Be sure to check ACUsports.com for all the latest updates on that, and be sure to check it Saturday night as that game gets rolling. And for Nettina, I'm Seth Wilson for ACUsports.com. Go Wildcats.